pushing you to ride or just sitting on the case. Together we conquer every challenge, every race. On the
All right, everybody, welcome to the Dad Labs podcast. We are finally here, ROF, Ring of Fathers episode.
Yeah.
Now, this is a special episode. We got a couple of friends here today, and we're just going to get their point of view on some of our episodes that we've already done.
Yeah, we're going to just lay it out for you. It was not just ours input, but you get some other input.
Yeah, and then we have some fun and just chill, use our hands, right?
Yeah. The Italian hands.
So we got our boy Robin here. We've been friends for a long time. All of us are in a big circle. We all are friends. Our families are all good friends with each other. So this is going to be pretty fun.
Let's be honest. We're the dads.
Yeah.
Our wives get together like every month.
Easily.
And we never get together as much as they do.
We say we want to.
But we're guys. We're dads. We never plan.
Okay, somebody plan it. Who's going to do it? And then like the thread goes quiet.
Scott has been the best at planning it
We got our boy
for his pool party.
It just shows up on my calendar, and I'm forced to go wherever I'm going.
It's because your calendar is connected to your ladies, so whatever she puts
And then,
in.
yeah, we all know that Scott's wife is the one that puts it together.
That's right.
Ooh.
And she cooks the best, too.
Yes.
She does barbecue pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Have to
that.
admit.
And thank you for the avocados.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What kind of avocados? Montegro?
So we're gonna do some fun stuff here, and hey, and like I said, don't worry, we can cut a lot of stuff out. If there's dead time, that stuff will get thrown out. You know what I mean?
We're going to leave that in. Why'd you go with those tan shirts?
I know, bro.
Why'd you go with Dad Rob?
we got Robin sporting the Archer Pest Control. Shout out to Archer Pest Control.
Shout out.
Yeah, this guy's got one of the best upcoming pest control here in Escondido.
He knows his poison.
Yeah, he knows his poison. And then we got Matty Ice over here. Matt's been a long friend, coach, everything too as well. He's really into music, right? And then yeah. Anyways, say hi.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
So these are
Glad to be here.
Yeah, this is their first time doing this, so we're
Yeah.
going nice and slow, like it's their first time. All right, let's just start it off here. Okay, so a lot of the episodes got really hot, and then so we're gonna start with the hottest one right now. That means that the first episode we ever did inside the dugout at Escondido American Little League, and it was called our food lunches. We were
Yep.
talking about lunches and
It was
food and preparing stuff.
near and dear to my heart. It was one of those things that I still to this day I have gripes about it.
Preparing for ourselves or for our
For
family?
your children. We want to prepare for ourselves, but
Unless it's a chicken nugget that has been left in an air fryer
Right.
the night before.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
And then that was left for you.
Yeah, that was
Probably
for
not
you.
on purpose.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you this. So do you handle the lunch making for your kids when they go to school? Do your kids take lunch to school?
Yeah, but the lunch is pretty basic. It's going to be sliced apples, some Doritos, and like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
When you say some Doritos, is it like
No, it's like a bag, like a Costco bag of.
Okay, now portion size.
Portion size.
you put your hand in the bag and then
No,
or you're just buying pre-packaged?
No, it's like a bag, like a Costco bag, a miniature
now
bag of
portion
Doritos.
size.
Portion size.
You put your hand in the bag and then
No. They get the little very wasteful families. So they get the little pre-portioned packaged bag. Yeah,
99% error.
holy cow. All trash.
So do you make the same lunches for both kids, or is there special needs for
Ooh,
each?
do you have
someone?
a favorite?
Crust cut off for the daughter.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, just eat the damn crust.
I know there's nothing wrong with it.
Now, what do you do with the crust once you cut it off?
Eat the damn crust.
What do you eat?
Eat the crust.
Do you cut it and then eat the crust?
Yeah, man, because you can cut the crust perfect.
Okay, now that's your breakfast?
That's my that with coffee, it's delicious. You know.
Yeah, pretty much breaks it down that
right.
way.
That's
Mhm.
exactly.
Mhm.
I'm looking at myself going, wait a minute.
Mhm.
I'm making your lunch, and I was like, I really don't feel like having lunch right now. But you know what? I'm making your lunch,
Mhm.
and I'm not about giving it to the
This will
dog.
tie me over here for another week or so.
I've eaten so much more. I've eaten so much more than I should have for breakfast
By 6 a.m.?
by 6 a.m. because I've had lunch already, pre-lunch.
Because you've had their lunch.
Their lunch.
What they won't eat, you've already consumed. And what's in their lunchbox from yesterday? And I'm throwing it away.
That's right. That's right.
It's the worst.
Do you have to put it away? Because that's the number one thing I do when the kids come home. Get out of the car. Don't forget your backpack. Take your lunch bag out. Your water bottle, because did we ever have water bottles as a
Nope,
kid?
not ever.
Okay.
Never.
Right?
We had gross drinking fountains.
And what did you do?
Drank out of it.
We drank out of it.
As long as you don't put your mouth
Don't
on
put
it,
your mouth
right?
on it.
That was like the one rule we had.
Even with the nozzle all green and algaed
yeah.
up, you're like, oh, whatever. I'm thirsty. I don't know.
Greener the better.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Dude, it's recycled lawn water. Just drink it.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Robin, you got a boy who is growing very quickly. How much food does he take for lunch?
Dude eats like frozen pizzas a day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he just throw a frozen
You
pizza
don't
in his
even-
back.
He like catches it in his mouth.
You don't even thought. You just like take it out of the bag and it's put
Dude,
That's right.
he's a beast. He's such a beast.
Maddie, how about you? With
I make a sandwich for Landon every day, the night before, and then Amy does magic with Layla's lunch. I know she walks over to a certain part of the kitchen and goes, "This is what they're having. Do you want it?" And most of the time she does, and so Layla's kind of on her own. So, but Landon,
is he particular about what he wants?
no, and he wants so little.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I'm like, are we okay doing a full sandwich now, or are you still doing half sandwich? He's like, nah, just half sandwich. And I'm like, okay.
Do you think he's double dipping at school?
I think he is. I think he's eating partially the stuff we give him and stuff that the school gives
They've
him.
got umpire money, so they can buy food
That's right.
at school, right?
That's right. So those guys are shady.
I can see him going half sandwich and whatever you got for snack time, and then lunchtime I'm buying something.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a bartering system. And they're
Nobody wants your goldfish land.
they're selling the sandwiches
Oh,
for
man.
something else,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Has he ever? Does either of your kids come back and say, "I don't like this"?
No, but you
No.
just find it in the lunchbox like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not getting packed back in there.
Yeah. When I open Layla's bag at the end of the day, it's like goldfish and smushed crackers, and I'm just like, "Did you like your lunch?" And she's like, "Yeah, Dad, thanks." And I'm just like throwing, a pound and a half of it back into the trash, and then one.
Do you have like refreezable ice packs that you have to be
Yes,
responsible
yes.
for putting them
Yes.
back in and taking one back?
Yes, one loose bag that hasn't been opened. You gotta
man.
squeeze it so you make sure the air's still in there. Okay, that goes back in the snack drawer.
Try to reuse as much lunch as you can.
Yes.
If you can.
I've been told numerous times now, and this is I just got my hand slapped just yesterday.
Physically, like
No, I did it myself.
oh, the old
Yeah, and it was
used
it
his
was
dad
it was
rod.
because I must have put a yogurt in one of my kids' lunches, and then it ended up back in the fridge because I'm like, the ice cube is still cold. I mean, it's been cold. Put it back in there. What a waste! And then I must have put it in my wife's lunch,
Mhm.
and then she was like, "I am so sick."
Oh, the yogurt did not stay cool.
4 kids. This is like I mixed them up.
you say we're wasteful, honey.
Yeah. I'm trying to save some money here. No, it was she's like, I got so
So like,
sick.
do you served your wife your kids' leftover lunch for her lunch?
Sometimes
That's messed up.
it's like it's
I
not
feel
like I'm
bad.
gonna give her a Danimal. I've done that
Yeah.
a couple times.
Well, you know what?
Danimals.
That makes me sick just thinking about it, and it could segue us to our next episode here.
I like that.
Episode 2, projectile vomiting.
Mm.
So we all have been in those situations where our kids are just like sick. Maybe in the middle of the night you're hearing some coughing, and the next thing you know it's Yak City, right?
Or when they were younger, right? Little guy, hey, hey, and then, bleh,
Yeah.
right?
So have you cleaned up any vomit? Tell me a story about a situation like that, Matt.
Doesn't need to be vomit.
No, it doesn't need vomit. It could be poop.
Yeah, legit blowout.
Anything, and in any time period of the kid's life.
That
I feel like it happened
Recently,
no, not recently.
because
but
I had recently.
I feel like it happened like
They're ridiculous.
at a certain age, and then it stopped. But yeah, there was quite a bit of that, and I think Landon did quite a bit of just getting into the bathroom, but it was it was crazy. I don't think we had many messes to pick up, but It was nuts, like the stuff that they pick up, at school. It's like a big, petri dish.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a petri dish, and they get it, and they get it hard. And usually, in my situations, it hasn't had many early detections. It just
It's just there.
It just
It's
kind of
rapid
happens, dude.
onset.
I agree.
It happens, and
Rapid
so we
onset.
haven't had. I think it's been pretty clean so far. So
Well, it sounds like, Matt, you've had it a little easy, bro.
I think so.
Yeah, you know what? I should
I do.
invite my kids over to your house.
Isn't there a word for it? It's called like colic or something
Colic?
like that. Colic.
Colic. That's when they're young.
That's when they cry and they get all. No, it's not so
Oh.
much. It's not so much upchucking. Colic is just they get fussy.
and acid, I think that's what it is too, right?
My daughter had the best colic, and you know what? It's so
There's an
funny.
award for the best colic.
Yeah, no, I gave her the
You're
award
Okay.
supposed to say the word
because
called.
from like 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, she was like a hellraiser. Like
Mhm.
she was the devil, like
Mhm.
"Ah!" like nonstop crying.
Yeah.
And then 6 o'clock, she was so tired she passed out all night.
Mm.
She's like 6 months old. I'm like, what do we do with her?
Mm.
She's asleep all night because she was colicky. She was just all upset. She didn't project it. It wasn't like like Exorcist stuff.
Dude, that would be funny.
You ever have them clog a toilet and not know how to turn the valve off, so the water's just overflowing?
oh jeez.
And then by the time you get to it, it's just like, oh.
But you know what I have? I have come up to it, and it's it's like right.
Oh.
It's just so much that it's like gravity is holding on that it hasn't spilled over
And you're
yet.
talking about like this having vomit in it too? Mm.
Oh, vomit in
Oh,
No, it's the wad.
Oh, okay, okay.
If they take the toilet
Yeah,
paper,
yeah.
because you're trying as a dad, you're trying to be like, oh no, you got to clean up.
Yeah.
So as you like barfing in the toilet, you got to clean it up a little bit
Right,
because
right.
you don't want somebody the next morning
Sitting
sitting
on-
down on and being like,
Sitting on a
"Oh."
piece of corn.
Well, that's
turns
why it's
sideways.
important to have one of the best dad tools, a shop vac.
Oh yeah.
You need a shop vac. Every dad needs a shop vac for wet or dry or anything. I mean,
I'll take it a step further. My lady got me a battery shop vac.
Better shop vac?
Like
That
a-
sounds like it
like a
doesn't
DeWalt
suck.
or
Like it's a Craftsman. Shout out to
Okay.
Craftsman. It literally you plug it in and you walk around with it.
okay.
It's like a modern day little dustbuster.
It is,
Yeah,
but it's a
I was gonna
shop
say.
vac.
Shout out the dustbuster.
water.
Water, it's liquid and everything. It's just unbelievable. And I was like, yeah, I use it for the car now and everything. I do the same thing. Yeah.
Robin, your children,
Projectile.
have you had a projectile vomiting incident with any of your babies?
I can remember all sorts of dodging
Yeah.
things. Like Simon, I shouldn't say names.
What was
We don't want to dox our children on television.
Yeah, I know. I always
God forbid the 21st century Reddit will get us. Yeah, dude, that dude used to chuck everywhere. He was, I thought the word was colic, but correct me when I'm wrong. But he would throw up everywhere. You'd feed him. He'd throw up on you. You'd put him in the back seat of the car. He'd throw up on the back seat of the car. You take him everywhere he'd throw up. I love you, Simon. Simon, I mean, whatever your name is. Simon.
Damn, Archer.
Damn boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
So
dude.
your situation was very messy.
Everybody's situation is
I
messy.
feel
Children
like-
are messy. They're
No,
ridiculous.
Did you clean it up or did you when you were 50-50? Like,
I'm usually in charge of carpet scrubbing. So whenever something's deeply embedded, I'm involved. And that's the worst thing ever. Like, there's nothing you hate more than your child when they threw up in your carpet.
and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
picking it out because
Oh,
you can't scrub it out.
Oh.
You have to legit
Yeah.
Suck it out,
Dude, no amount of that in my shop vac is gonna get reused. Shop vac is in the trash.
No!
It's from Harbor Freight.
No!
Baloney, bro, it's gone. $80 is thrown away. Thank you, Evelyn. That's out of your college fund. Harbor Freight, bro. Hashtag. It's going in the trash. You're gonna rinse the hose, the little ball that gets sucked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
No reusing if you use.
this takes me right to our next episode. Am I
Yeah.
getting out of order here?
I don't
with
know.
The going to the beach. That's,
Maybe we
that's like
can,
the-
but let's go. We can
Dude.
go to the beach.
It reminds me of going. It's the same thing with the shop vac. I bust out the shop vac because once we get back from the beach, It's like they brought the beach into the car.
Right.
And it's the same thing. You can't wipe it out. You can't just like wait till it dries and go really quick with the carpet because it goes different places.
Yeah.
It's the same. It has to be physically sucked out.
I hate the beach. We're not going to skip though. But Evelyn, or the daughter? Sorry, I don't want to blast her up. But
Evelina!
both of your children are Hispanic now, bro. What happened?
I love you, Evelyn. You're the best kid ever. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Let's switch things up too. This is another one of my favorite episodes too. It's called I forgot to defrost the chicken. So we've always had those moments where you're leaving early in the morning and you're trying to take off. You got dinner plans set.
You just set it out on the counter all day?
No, in the sink.
Hot water.
No, we
Wait.
don't.
Whoa.
Fast. No, we're okay. We're okay.
Wait, say that again.
Save the clip, bro.
Wait, say that again. Where do you defrost your chicken?
In the sink.
Hot water in the sink.
Hot water in the sink. I do it on the stove or in the fridge.
Hold on.
This.
This guy's even crazier because on the episode, you know what he told me how he sometimes defrosts meat in the microwave.
Oh, if it's okay, that was like twice. That was last minute too because it wasn't defrosted at all. It was rock hard.
So that's what we're talking about.
And I couldn't even open the package because it was frozen.
Yeah.
That's why you need to do hot water in the clean part of the sink. Hot water.
How are we talking?
Like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And then you throw that baby right on the grill.
That's too much time.
You know, you are so close for the health department to come to your house.
I know they don't do inspections on private residences.
You know what? Yeah, our household would definitely not be a grade A.
Hey, that's why your boy doesn't want that much lunch, bro. He's like, this is gonna make me throw up.
That's right. Man. That's right.
Hot water chicken, man. Oh, you're starting to cook it, my guy.
Let me think about it. Do you do hot dogs in hot water too? You boil your hot dogs?
No, I grill them.
Yeah, we grill. Okay.
Yeah, we only grill them. We keep it easy.
I do appreciate a boiled weenie.
I'm on the fence.
A boiled wiener has its place in a bun.
I agree.
So say you forgot to defrost your chicken, your dinner, wieners are on deck right away. Boom. What's your go-to meal? Like if something happens, man, like if
where's the chicken at still? Is it like
frozen?
Are we trying to defrost it? Or have we moved on to wieners?
you defrost it.
You've forgotten.
You forgot to do it.
It's not done. All of a sudden you get home from work, kids are there, they're hungry, you're like, okay, what's for dinner? Oh, let me grab the defrosted chicken.
This dude's got it done in 5 minutes. I mean,
you could even put semi-frozen chicken on the grill.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You can. Yeah. I mean, it looks funny. It looks funny and
it tastes like rubber.
It looks weird, but enough seasoning takes care of it.
Well, if you don't want to go,
I give up on chicken.
If you don't want to go out to eat,
if it's chicken, I've made my whole family sick. Yeah. My wife will not eat my chicken.
And I'm so uncertain with cooking chicken anyways. If it's got like frozen ice crystals on it, like, oh, dang it, does it got freezer burn? Does it not got freezer burn? And now I'm responsible for everyone's health.
Now you just said freezer burn. I don't even know what freezer burn looks like.
So freezer burn is just meaning that all the liquid, all the moisture has left that product, and now it's just icicle. And like it's just if you defrost it, it would be so dry. It wouldn't be good. So I don't cook that stuff when it's got a freezer burn. See ya, trash can.
Makes your lip curl.
Man, it's nasty. But I don't like. I will just put together anything. Like if there's a mac and cheese or frozen pizzas, frozen food, whatever, we got to go because going out to eat, man, that's gonna be like $200.
Well, I mean, along those same lines, my biggest problem with cooking for my kids is that my son is pretty good with anything.
Yeah.
And my daughter feels like I am what do they call it? The Michelin chef.
Michelin chef.
Yeah, and like she wants like something totally different than my son, and then I end up doing like, am I cooking 3 meals right now? Like, am I having right
a line chef?
Yes. Yeah. Am I having to focus on like 4 to 6 different things going on, and you know, my wife will tell you I'm not really good at all that, but I'm like, why can't you just be easy?
Yeah.
Like, you know, orange chicken sounds good for the whole family. Let's just do orange chicken.
Everybody eats.
Orange chicken.
Our new thing is dino nuggies fried. We'll deep fry dino nuggies.
Double fried?
Dude, they're the business and the kids love them. Boom bap.
Like in
the
oil.
Yep.
Oh, air fry?
In a wasteful amount of oil. I'm talking just like,
Talking about the fat way, Tommy. The fat way.
and if they're submerged, they're submerged.
Okay.
In my brain, I'm like, do you get the egg wash and the...
No. I just got these suckers out the fridge and whatever's left.
Freezer.
And I'll even put the crumbs in, like dump the bag.
So
It's got some...
It's extra breading, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Okay,
The
double
kids-
fried. I've never done that.
I mean, no, like on the pan, in a deep pan,
Yeah.
on the stove.
Yes.
Well, the dino
It's hard
nuggies
for you
go
to deal with that.
You know how much
because-
broccoli we buy?
Yes.
Like full heads of broccoli, we buy them. You know how many heads of broccoli we throw away because they turn into rubber plant? Like
4?
maybe like a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, it's ridiculous. The kids just don't eat it.
No.
It's broccoli.
Eat the damn broccoli.
You want them to eat
How
it.
do you-
It's healthy
how do you
for you,
get
but
your
no.
kids to eat vegetables? I mean, I'll be told. My kids don't like vegetables. 3-bite rule in my house. What about you guys?
3-second rule on the floor. I got a dog, bro.
We try to tell our kids that, like, our body needs fuel, and the garbage we normally love to eat, you know, is fine, but this other stuff, you know, is better fuel. It's fuel for our brain, fuel for our, you know, it's so we try to tell them that, and they fight us a little bit, but for the most part, they're okay. You know, if we choose to actually make the stuff, then they're okay.
You ever send your kids to bed hungry? Like, fine, you don't want to eat it, then you're not eating. See ya. Good night.
I haven't yet, man. I haven't yet.
Don't look at me. I'm a softie.
You
I
cave.
have-
You
I
cave
have.
at the end, and then you get a scoop of ice cream.
And I'll even
There you
apologize. I'll apologize to him. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
That's my idea.
You're the best-
I'm sorry,
you're the
I
best
gave you
kid ever.
vegetables.
But
I have failed you as a parent.
But I often think about that is like there has to be a time where you do a hard line and just be like, hey, look, this is what I made. This is what we're eating. If you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. But this is what we're making. Like,
You don't want to be that line chef because you don't want to like, it's like in my house, it's dino chicken nuggets, mac and cheese. If you deviate from that, it's going to be a whole nother 30 minutes.
Go make some oatmeal.
Yeah.
Just go make some oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Put a scoop of peanut butter in it. 2 scoops of peanut butter in it.
I was just reading that oatmeal actually makes people hungrier.
Can.
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah, that it can make people hungry.
A little funny little story. Just 2 days ago, I was cleaning my daughter's room, checking, making sure everything's clean, and I found the whole bottle of Skippy peanut butter.
Chunky or smooth?
Smooth.
Ugh.
I'm with you, Tommy. I like the chunky.
As a kid, I like chunky.
Chunky. Chunky.
But then again, I also mix my food on my plate.
Mhm.
So that's a whole different story.
So do you think she's like under there, like when no one's around, like
No, I know
doing a big spoonful, like a dog?
I have a quick story. I don't think I've ever told this on the Dad Labs podcast, but my daughter was let's see. We were somewhere and then we wanted to make ice cream sundaes for the kids, right? Scoop of ice cream, scoop of ice cream, scoop of ice cream, scoop of ice cream. Everybody gets a scoop of ice cream. Now it's the Hershey syrup. I can't find the Hershey syrup. And I was like, I know I had a whole bottle of Hershey syrup in the fridge. Okay, fine. Whatever. Maybe I didn't. I'm hallucinating because my dad mind, 4 kids. And then I go to get the whipped cream, shake it up. Nothing comes out. Why is nothing coming out? I could have sworn I bought this a week ago, right? It's ridiculous. Nothing's coming out. And I was like, I practically give up. Cherries, completely untouched because they're behind the jelly. The kids don't touch the jelly. They have no clue that there's maraschino cherries sitting there. So I pour a little, and then here you go. Fine. And they're fine with it. And then maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 days later, I'm in my daughter's room again. And I kid you not, It was like a bottle of whiskey. She must have hid it in her backpack to get it from the front of the house to her room.
Ooh.
And then she was like, and it was half gone. It was a
Wow.
brand new bottle of Hershey syrup. She must have just been chugging it at will, in her room.
I can't put it past that girl, man. Peanut butter does need chocolate. I'm just saying.
And then in my mind, I didn't connect the whipped cream with the Hershey syrup.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God. When she saw all the ingredients in the fridge,
Yeah.
she must have filled that whole thing of whipped cream in her mouth, filled it. And yeah, I was like, that's my daughter.
She sit at the fridge and then fill the mouth with the whipped cream.
I have no clue. And part of me does not want to know.
This one's going to be a fun topic to hit on because this actually was the way we all met each other, and this was through youth sports.
Yes.
So we did our episode on youth sports. We were in the middle of growing as a very young podcast where we were messing with sound and stuff. So we had a really hard time with that one. So I was like, you know what? We'll be all right. We'll retouch it at Ring of Fathers. So youth sports. I would love to get all your opinions on how you feel about youth sports when it comes to baseball, because all our kids play baseball. So baseball between Little League and Travel Ball League, pros and cons about it. Robin.
Oh man, dude, our boys grew up in Little League, so it's near and dear to my heart. It's so near and dear. It's where they learn the fundamentals, and you can't hate on it. And it's where we all met. Oh,
That's right. That's right.
I love you guys. Yeah. Travel ball is a different beast though, because travel ball implements like responsibility and ownership, and they have to, like, it doesn't feel there's more pressure put on the individual.
At what age is that pressure appropriate?
Ooh, that's a tough one. 12 and 13. Right now, when they can start owning the pressure of like understanding what they have to and have not to do.
Yep.
But any younger, I feel like we're yelling at our kids, dude.
That's
and it's
right.
not fair to
That's
them.
right.
I agree. I totally, because they don't understand. But that's my standpoint. I don't want to. Yeah. Yep.
Maddie.
I haven't done travel ball.
So you give us perspective of what you see.
So what I see from travel ball, I've umpired several games of travel ball. And what I love about travel ball, and I've said this before, is that I love that every kid that's on a travel ball team wants to be there, wants to be competitive, loves the game, and you can just see it. When they come up to the plate, usually they're talking to the catcher because they know him from either a different team they were on, or they're the neighbor of whatever. And I love that love for baseball. As far as rec, we've been having such a fun time right now. Just my daughter's in rec, and we are doing. We're just making memories and making. What rec is for, kind of, is creating confidence in these kids. A lot of the kids that go to rec league don't. They don't have a lot of confidence. So we're there to, kind of instill it as coaches. And so it's been very valuable. I don't know if we'll ever get into travel ball, but I think, man, Escondido American has been a really good community to be a part of.
That's the other huge thing I like about it is just the community, just being at the ballpark and you'd be like, yo, what up? Hey, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
I think not only does it instill confidence in the kids, but it like kind of steps the parents up too.
Sure.
Like half of you parents who've coached and managed a team, that takes a lot of confidence.
Sure. And I think a lot of times, even just like last night with closing ceremonies and everything, you're looking around and you're seeing parents that are part of your community that are pouring into something that, is bigger than themselves. It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. It's valuable. And I think if you look at a community that's thriving and a community that's not, you'll see that the community that's thriving is pouring into, those kind of things. So I think it's it's been really a fun thing.
Now, say if you were to put your daughter into travel ball,
Yeah.
what kind of expectations would you want from getting out of that experience for your daughter?
Yeah, just more competitiveness, more dialed in skills. The skills when you're in a rec league, they're it's very limited on how much time the coaches can pour into them. And I think when you're in travel ball, they can, for one, all the kids that are there, like I said, want to be there. It's not a babysitting thing, and the kids are more coachable and absorb more. So I would hope that people would be, or that my daughter would be, receive more from the coaching.
So more development.
Yeah, for sure.
So with your boy in travel ball, obviously we can all see like he's getting the development.
No kidding.
Absolutely. Well, dude, he plays
No
up.
kidding.
You get a bunch of cream of the crop from other, especially when you get travel ball teams that accept from a wide area. You get a lot of really good players you get a large pool to select good players.
Yeah.
And then the kids who may not, coming from a little league standpoint, have been as exceptional, play up, they step up.
Yeah.
Because they're forced to. Once again,
And it works.
100%.
Your boy has shown that it absolutely works. Same with Scott, same with, you guys. I mean, it obviously works when there's a more competitive, more dialed in version of the game with travel ball. It actually works. Yeah. So I think it does have a place. Yeah. It does have a place. It's not everything, because I don't know if travel ball has the community that rec ball has.
No. And a lot of it, from what I've seen, it's very individualized. You don't necessarily have the community. It's a smaller community. They're paying more. They feel like they have more of an input because they're paying more. Sure. So that poor coach is hearing a lot of back end chatter. Yeah. I think that for me, that's comparing the two. I think that's kind of the biggest difference. Yeah. But I don't necessarily, I can't,
You feel like you're getting your money's worth?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do too. Yeah. Just recently, my wife brought up, I think Machado, was it Machado? Machado's doing a camp down here in town, maybe USD or UCSD or something. It's $199 for...
It's like Padre camp.
I don't even know if it's a Padre camp. It's just like a developmental camp. But, hey, relax, dog.
Hey, at least they're learning at the Padre camp, not the Dodger camp.
But, I mean, it's $199, right? And I was telling my wife the other night, I said, do you realize we pay like $160 for a whole season at rec? That's my biggest thing. And I'm like, do you think that's like, I mean, my wife's incredible with money. So she's just kind of like throwing things out there to see what sticks. Yeah. But I was kind of like, I don't know if that's like, is it worth it?
Are you going to get your money's worth in that short amount of time? I'm right there with you. That's the same thing with me and rec, because my biggest thing with comparing travel and rec, most of the time, by the time the kid hits 12, like my boy, I said, now that you're 12 and you finished your 12U season, now you can decide to go travel. Yeah. Because by then, kids are developed. Kids, they've normalized. And so you can see the difference between, little Timmy over here that was timid. Let's call him Timid Timmy. Timid Timmy. Right? He gets up to plate. He's afraid of that, 45, 50 mile an hour pitch, and he's not going to swing. Right. But those kids have that a little bit more confidence. But then you get that true athlete. Because for me, you look at the statistics, because I've always been a statistics guy. And I look at the statistics and I'm like, honestly, if you take a kid, no matter what they are, and if they're an athlete, you can put them in any sport. Basketball, football, soccer, baseball. And they're rising to the occasion of everybody around them. Not all kids are like that. No. Because they develop at their own pace. Oh, yeah. And, you got some early bloomers, you got some late bloomers, and it's just like, you look at them and you're like, if you're ready to step up, because most of the time, like my boy, 12 going on 13, he can barely tie his own shoes.
Aw.
Still, I mean, it's not. He gets them tied,
No,
but
I
it's
know,
like,
sure.
you know what I mean. It's like, how are you going to be able to, go to practice, make sure you have enough I mean, you look, and then that's the other thing is that the dollar value. I look at it and it's like, oh my gosh, capitalization here, because it's like they've got backpacks that are bigger than them. They've got 4 different bats.
Got to match
Their
the
own
team's
helmets.
backpacks though.
Yeah.
You got a match. Mhm.
And that's the other thing is not only are you paying the monthly dues, you got to buy the uniforms. You got to do everything else is
But
like
there's
laid
not-
out.
But you got to get the practice jersey and the home uniform and the away uniform.
Home uniform, and then away uniform, and then breast cancer awareness uniform, and
Right?
then
It's just-
Father's Day.
No white sleeves if you're the pitcher, but pink sleeves are okay.
And then
Yeah.
red, white, and blue when it's time for
But see,
uniform.
that's-
Yeah, I get it. It's a lot.
You got to have a mitt. You got to have, it's just like all this stuff. It's just too much.
But if
It's
your
too much.
boy is like dropping dimes and like throwing people out from outfield, like then you're like, okay, let's drop it. You know what
But
I mean? Like, if you can.
But he has to. You have to prove that. And
Yeah.
my problem that I have going back to statistics is the majority of the time that manager that is coaching that team, what guarantee is he giving you? He can't give you any
No.
guarantee. There is no guarantee. It's the same thing as the high school baseball coach. He's not going to give you any guarantee.
That's just
He's
a
gonna
math teacher.
He's going to look at his team and be like, where can I plug my kids in? It's
Yeah.
the same thing with travel ball. Which kids signed up? He's not recruiting.
No.
There's no recruiting that happens at all in any of that. It's the same thing. It's like back in my day when I played Little League, and if you got too good for Little League, they plucked you out and said, we need you on the city team.
Mm.
And that city team was the one that played other cities, and that was your travel ball. There was no pay extra for travel ball.
I wish our little league would do something like that.
It was rec, but it was city.
It was rec, but it was like a rec select.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Rec select.
I do like that as well.
So it was like, we need you to represent our city and play other
Travel ball is the
cities.
babysitters club of baseball. We're hiring a grown man.
Oh, now they flash these rings.
Yeah,
On
but those are
Instagram,
so cool,
you
though.
look
The
at
rings are
Instagram,
so
it's
cool.
all rings.
We didn't have those when we were kids.
Right.
dude.
It's literally 10
My trophies
kids.
are falling apart now, dude.
Yeah, we had the ones that if it fell off your shelf or your whatever your dresser,
You were gonna get concussion.
it was completely broken, and you had to get a washer, and
You'd spin around like you're a fucking DJ.
and they were all the same. They were one guy batting,
Yeah.
and then that was it. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing.
That's what they gave out for the little guys here for.
Please tell me
Little
they
League.
were not participation trophies.
No, they just said their name
Okay.
on it. I mean,
See,
we're in my division. It's not.
Our
first, second place.
division, it's like first and second. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Nobody else gets a trophy.
Man, youth sports can be expensive, fun,
Oh,
enjoyable, and I mean to see not only sister develop and become the baller she is, but your boy. I coached your boy.
No kidding.
When he was just a little guy.
Yep.
I mean, I think Scott's boy was on there. Your kid was on there. I think even Laddie.
Gosh, I missed
Yeah.
that, man. I missed that.
Yep.
Talk about Father's Day, right?
Totally right.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this, man. To think about that, and it's just like now your boy's like crushing home runs, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so youth sports is fun. I love Little League. And then I feel the same way. Like if your kid's gonna raise up and play to that potential where they can be on a travel ball team, then let's check it out. Let's go and do it. And it's got to be development. And if it's not development and you're just playing to get rings and stuff, then
that
No.
should not.
it shouldn't be that way. And let's
Rings,
let's
no.
go get developed, because if you want, obviously you love baseball or whatever it is, you want to go do it beyond what it is now. So.
But if I were to say anything, make sure that it's not whoever travel ball you're with. Make sure it's not. They say the name of the minor league player that played for 14 years in minor league, and he's actually there coaching the kids.
Mm.
He's not still trying to make his professional debut,
Mhm.
and he's just
Have you run into that? Okay. Okay.
and make sure it's not a bunch of college kids that are teaching, playing the team. If you
I'm really happy with the travel ball team we're on. This little ragtag group of kids.
Yeah,
Oh man, they're crazy.
that's awesome.
No complaints.
I love it. I love it.
In the kitchen we stir, in the garage we race. Dad jokes never die, but they always bring a smile. Teaching you to write or just sitting on the case. Together we come. every race.